What up? Good morning.
It is welcome to Wednesday.
Welcome to Wednesday.
Welcome to Wednesday.
The Wednesday midweek markets. Let's put some better
Midweek.
music on.
There's a little bit more energy.
That's how we do it. That's how we open up our Wednesday.
That's right.
We're going to talk about the markets.
This is how we're going to do it.
This is the vibe.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Should we jump straight in? We had some really nice trade yesterday. I got Mr. Stephen Vickers is here.
There he is.
There you go. Yeah, buddy. We are. Do you know what? I super love it going into the ABL community and just see we're all smashing it.
Oh no.
It's
so good, isn't it?
Absolutely smashing it. Like everybody trades. I mean, we're only a very small group at the moment, but everybody trades very differently.
Yeah.
And like, it's funny because Stephen gets some setups that I also get the same kind of setups, but he's looking at something completely different. It's really cool. It's really cool. Love it, mate.
Amazing.
But yeah, let's jump in. We'll go over what happened yesterday because you had a really nice trade on gold. I got taken out before we even got that move. So I can talk about the reasons why. Let's do the other side. That's better.
That's nice.
That is nice. It's very nice. Okay, so we'll quickly go over what Bitcoin has done. I haven't actually looked at the charts this morning up until now. Again, ranging. Nothing's really happening. We can put we're going to leave these levels on here. We've probably got the mid-range as well. Where's our market profile tool? There you go. So we're not really doing anything. We're just ranging between these two levels. So that's it. Nothing really to talk about. DXY. We're having a nice little pull, a retracement possibly. Today, we could possibly see a little bit of a breather on DXY, so a little bit of a push up before we actually start coming down a little bit more. So possibly it might be a nice day to start shorting some of these. We will see later on, but if DXY starts, pushing up like that into these levels right here, then that kind of price action, then we'll be able to start longing some of the other currencies, but that's just to keep an eye on that. For now, that is a daily, so it could take quite a while to do all of that kind of stuff, to be honest. But I can see that reaction's come off that though, so that little bit.
And EU is moving right now, just as we're talking.
Yeah, I did notice. I just didn't want to get in anything before. Let's jump onto gold. Obviously, I'll let you talk about gold because you had a really nice trade. I originally yesterday got in short here for a return to the mean type of trade. I did notice that it found support, so I got out and went long. The only thing is my long stop loss was underneath that, so it took me out before it actually went. So it is a little bit annoying, but that's my own fault for having such a close stop.
Yeah.
We'll have a look quickly on Euro. Do you know we pulled that out at the start of the week? That was a really nice trade. That would have hit if it was a taken, but if it would have got up just a little bit more, it would have been into that trade, and that would have been a really, really top trade, but it didn't actually happen. it's 50-50 with this one, in my opinion. I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. And the reason why I don't know is because we're at the top of the range anyway. If we have a look on a macro, we're at the top of the range right here.
Yeah.
Okay. But it is bullish structure. So I wouldn't be surprised if it is going to end up taking those eventually. Is it going to do it from there, or is it going to do it from there, or is it going to come down? I don't know. But I would like to keep my eye on this on the lower time frames. The trade that I had yesterday was this one here. So this was the trade yesterday. If we do something like that, again, you know, all we had was it was on the 1 minute that it was taken. We just had this price action here, looking to take out those highs right there. I got into one position here, and I got taken out at a break even. Again, I'm not doing my normal setup as set and forget. I don't know why I keep trailing. Why have I got this thing that I'm trailing stops when I know I shouldn't be trailing stops? Anyway, that's for a different case. So it came down here. I got out a break even. Then I noticed that it was holding. So then I got in again after it hit that 50. You know, I've been saying that I'm waiting to get into that level, but you know, again, I can't just let price go off without. It's just ridiculous. I'm just going to leave him money on the table. So then obviously,
are you still you've kind of resigned from that strategy of going?
No, definitely not. I'm still keeping it in mind. But look, if I'm not going to be super stubborn that if I see the price is not coming down to that level, then I'm not going to be stubborn and saying I'm just going to wait for it and just miss the trade opportunity. What's the point?
Yeah.
If it's found support right on that 50 and it's closed within all of that support, am I just gonna sit down and just watch it go to my take profit?
Yeah. And if you look as well at the way it's wicked down and it's sat on the 200 EMA as well,
it's like it's screaming that it's found support and it wants to push up.
Yeah.
So
because both the 21 and the 50 have also crossed over.
Yeah,
granted it's only the 1 minute, but that's all.
Yeah, it's only one, but that's why I'm only holding it for a 1 minute price target and not pushing it for a bigger price target. You've got all of this area. It's found support, and you've got another area as well, just a little bit further up. So for me, I was just like, just get back in.
Yeah.
So I got back in.
Absolutely.
Got back in and then absolutely obliterated the target right there. That's where I got out, like literally right there.
Really nice trade.
It was a really beautiful trade. I can probably put it just so people don't gas and think, oh, it's hindsight trading. So really, really by the book. And then let's have a look at what it did afterwards. I think it just came all the way back down, though. Yeah. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
See, when I say that 200 EMA on the 15 minute is super,
so powerful.
super good. You then also had the return to this would have been a really nice trade as well. I don't know if this actually hit, but let's say if I went to buy on that would be a really nice trade to the 50. Stop underneath there. I don't know if this would have been a hit. There you go, another hit. If you would have taken that particular trade. But that's that. Don't know what's going to happen today. Obviously, if DXY is going to push up for a little bit of a retracement, maybe we're going to get a little bit of a push down into these levels right here. But anything can happen. We're just going to have to pay price action, and we're going to have to see what happens. Same with pound. Pound's quite strong, to be honest. Remember, we marked out these levels where we think these would be the short levels. These would be the levels where we'd want to get long. It actually hasn't done anything right now. All it's doing is making a little bit of that that weak type of tired price action.
Yeah.
Now that, if we start getting then, this like a break under that low right there and then a retrace, then I'm looking to trade it back into these levels. So it needs to realistically come down and break that for me to get into a short trade. Otherwise, I'm getting into a short trade up here.
Yeah, right now it's massively ranging. Ranging.
There's not really much.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, you know me already. I wouldn't want to get into a trade here. Like, it's really not the style. And then Solana, well, we're not going to talk about
Solana is at a massive discount right now.
Yeah, I was thinking about buying a bit more.
Definitely worth it.
They're long-term bags.
Yeah.
My average entry is $50. So, and for it to come down to $50, I really don't think so.
And the only reason that Solana's come down as low as it has is because of the likes of Melania and this Argentinian president who have basically rug pulled everybody. So everyone's kind of lost faith, but there's still a lot of good projects. There's still valid utility to Solana. So I think it's a short-term pain for a long-term gain.
Yeah. That's it for me. I'll pass it over to you. Do you want to go over some of your stuff? Lovely gold trade.
So let's start off with the news. So today we've got a little bit of news, just some housing starts and permits, and then we've got FOMC.
Yep.
So that is going to move things, but that's obviously not going to be until later this evening, our time, or your time's like 9 o'clock. So I'm not going to see anything else other than that. We've already had the inflation rate for the UK, and that didn't move anything. It didn't really do much other than a bit of a wick, this one here. So it's still ranging. The inflation rate, we can see that it's up, right? It's higher than was expected, but it hasn't really done anything to the sentiment on the pound as yet.
Yeah.
Other than that, the only other thing we've had is balance of trade overnight for the Japanese yen, which was significantly lower than anticipated. If we look at the Forex strength scores, just in terms of what I might be looking at, yesterday the New Zealand dollar was just falling through the floor and has now regained some strength, which is why I was looking to trade it against the Aussie dollar, because there was a big divergence between them. But now we've got the New Zealand dollar CHF. That doesn't sing to me. It doesn't really say much. But Japanese yen, Swiss franc, that could be a different story. So that could be one worth looking at. So if we have a look at that very quickly, we can see that one's moving right now in a nice movement on the 15-minute. It's coming down on a fib. There we go. So if we look at that as a fib that I marked out a while back on the 1 hour, it's come down, it's breaking through this move. It's been chopping around, come up to the 2360, tried to push up to the 3820. Looks like we're now going to see more of a push down on that. So there's some strength coming into the Japanese yen, which, if we look at this, that ties in with that. So again, it's just a nice opportunity to look at away from the dollar, away from the madness of all those high volatility, high liquidity. So you're going to get more moves, but these ones, when there's a big divergence of strength and weakness, then it's worth looking at. But yeah, gold yesterday, gold was nice to me. So gold, where are my trades? Here we go. So these are my two trades on gold yesterday. What I was looking at was, unfortunately, I should have held them for longer, but I just wasn't confident. So first thing was this break of the 200 EMA on the 1 minute. That was a really nice confirmation that we were going to be breaking forward. We'd been ranging for a long part of the day, but we had liquidity for higher up. So this was my move. So I saw this lovely little retest. Price came down. It tried to break off this area, as you can see on this one here, but actually it broke past that. But then when I saw this 1-2 engulfing candles, and then this one wick up, and then again wick up. That was it. That for me was a confirmation, right, I'm getting in. We saw a nice push up, and then actually I got out at this level here, because as soon as I saw this candle, these wicks, I wasn't confident that we were going to hold. So in the end, I actually took it out here, because when I saw, I was expecting price to come back, retest that wick, and then push on down. Because we'd been ranging all day, I wasn't convinced that we were necessarily going to go straight up, because we didn't have any news necessarily moving things either. But sure enough, price came down. It retested this area here, and this might look inconspicuous, but the reason I saw this one here is because on this move here, you got two bullish candles, and then you got a bearish candle, random order block, right? And it wicks back up. So when I saw this come back up, I was like, okay, actually we could still see this move carry on. So again, took a market order, and as you can see, it kept on going. This again, I didn't like this move. Didn't like this move here. That was such a bearish move. Again, I was waiting for us to retest this area, and when we came up, I was like, okay, we've taken this level of liquidity. We've just taken it, and we started to pull back down. I thought, right, let me take what I've got. So I took that win. As it turns out, it had basically just done the same on my first trade, where it had come back, retest my entry, and then pushed on up. So it could have been a much, much nicer win. And in actual fact, my original TP was up here. So if I had held it, it would have been a great trade, and taken me into a lot of profit. But the reason I didn't let it run was because I was actually, at that point, I was at break even for the day, because what I had done, foolishly, was I had been trying to trade this price action here. Let me show you. So let me take it to the 5 minute. I was basically trying to trade this price action here. And as you can see, we were just going up and down, up and down, up and down. I was trying to trade this down. I was expecting us to react at this level, and I just kept getting chopped out on trades. So in the end, I mean, you can see yesterday it was just ranging like crazy. But look what happened.
That's a tough one.
It came and took the liquidity levels that I had marked out, which I knew it was going to at some point. But what's interesting is that's why I swear by these liquidity levels. Watch what happens. It comes, it takes it out very often just by a few pipettes. Comes up again just by a few pipettes as well, a few pips, and then off it goes, and then it runs.
Why? So there was high impact news on the Aussie dollar or the Kiwi yesterday.
That would have been overnight, because that's our time last night. That's this morning. So that's
what that impulse candle was overnight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's overnight our time. So that's 2 a.m. my time, 3 a.m. your time. So that would have been.
There was nothing that it was like a catalyst.
New Zealand interest rate.
So
that's all it is.
Think about it though. It's like the same thing that happened last week. Where I was trying to get a trade pre-CPI PPI, and it was just ranging. It's like how all the market is doing in those areas when it's ranging is just building up liquidity. That's all it is doing.
Yep.
On both sides. That's what it is. It's engineering liquidity on both sides.
Exactly.
And then it's just then taking the money off both sides afterwards as well. So it's like, for me, I think when there is something like that, it's either not trading at all or trading on a currency that is just not correlated to any, or not, correlated to any of the news that is coming up.
Yeah. And do you know what, when I look at it in hindsight, which is always a wonderful thing, we know how much we love hindsight. Hindsight's great, but the problem with hindsight is it doesn't help you in the time when you're in it. But when I look at it in hindsight, I was trading the Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, right? And I was basically trading it at 11 in the morning my time. So it was overnight for them. Nothing was happening, And the reason I'd looked at it was, as I said, New Zealand dollar, Aussie dollar, there was a big divergence in strength and weakness. And it was this big impulsive move on the 1 hour that I thought, oh, okay, we can see price come back down and retest this area from this engulfing candle because all the EMAs crossed over here. And that was what I was looking for. The problem I didn't look at, which I look at now, is why didn't I look at the ATR? Because if I'd looked at the ATR, I probably would have seen that actually, okay, yeah, it was a big move, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to come all the way back in the same day. So, as I say, I don't think I've ever traded Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar before. I'm not sure I ever will again. Probably not something I'm going to do anytime soon.
It's like me trying to trade EJ. Like, when have I ever traded EJ? And I traded it like 5 times for you know.
But
the boys, we got the boys, we got boys, we got Rich, yeah, baby.
Oh, there we go. We got OGs in the house.
OGs, you get me.
But what's interesting is look at the liquidity level that it's leaving behind. So it's taken all these out, right? So let me delete those, right? And it's taken all of this out and that daily candle. But what it has done is it's still left liquidity on the table here and here, in terms of inside bars on the 1 hour. So my theory, I think, was right, and I think we will still see a reaction from this area because look, we're coming to the 200 EMA, so I do think we'll still see a pump up, but I've got to reassess my approach to what's my expectations, right? Rather than thinking, oh, this is a nice quick day trade. Actually, hang on a second, this is more like a swing trade, and I've got to adjust my expectations accordingly.
That's the thing. It's like you could be right on the way that you're looking at the market, but wrong on the way that you're executing the trades. And it's such a it's an art to get that right, because you can be a great analyst and you can have a great trader, and to be both, that's where the kind of like art comes in. Especially if you're a discretionary trader. If you're a mechanic, you know, you've got like a mechanical type of setup, and you're like, if this level is hit on this time and this, you know, XYZ, then fine. What is everybody else trading as well? You guys, I know Rich is definitely
GU.
Yeah, he's GU, definitely cooking something up. What about you, Stephen, Void? What are you guys looking at today?
Rich likes a bit of goo, don't you, Rich?
Goo.
A bit of goo. So these were the trades that I took. So as Alex says, this isn't just hindsight or whatever. These are the actual trades that I took, as you can see. So I just got cooked on Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. I did get a little bit of a win back, but that was when I decided enough's enough. And then we had the 2 gold trades. This one was a really nice one because I just had such a tight stop loss. I had a really nice entry, 0.28 lots, 0.27 on the second one, and ended up basically break even for the day. Just a minor loss, purely commission. You know, so in actual fact, the trades were profitable, but commissions, obviously, you know, something we've got to also always bear in mind. So yeah.
We were talking in the ABL pod. Were you there the last one where we were talking with Rich about punting trades? Like you would have a small account. You would have like an account. No, it was actually in a Discord. It was myself. It was Rich, Abe, and myself. We were talking about having these kind of small punts. You'd have like punts where you would get into trades and things like that. They may not be in your plan, but you still, because you're curious, you're going to put them on smaller risk. And I was thinking about that the other day, and I was going through all my trades on the weekend of everything that I did, and I was like, that's what I do. You know, I put small bets on when I'm punting, when I'm, you know, curious about what the market's going to do and have like an idea of what it could do, but I put a small bet on. I added up all of those small bets, and they didn't actually end up being small bets. They ended up being a lot of punting. And I'm like, hold on a second. I've had some really good trades this week. Some trades that have got some really nice P&L, but that goes out the window because I'm punting. It's like death by 1,000 cuts. It's like it doesn't matter if it's small.
Exactly that.
If it happens a lot. So that is, that's what we're saying. That's what a player count is for. It's like, for some reason, for me as well, I find it hard to have a player count other than that 5K challenge account that we've got that we're doing. I always like to have the feeling, of it being real, and that's an issue. So I'm gonna try and cut that down somehow. I think maybe you've got something when it comes to taking more trades or being in a trade. I feel like you've got that. You haven't got that?
No, I've definitely got that. Okay. And that's where yesterday I felt I was actually quite proud of myself, even though I was looking at the gold and I was thinking, do you know what? Oh, look at the rest of that move. If I'd stayed in that would have been amazing, right? But if I had been in on it, then it would have been a great trade. But my psychology was like, hang on a second, Mike, you had a really crappy morning with Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. You're at break even. Take that as a win for today, right? You've managed to claw it back. You managed to, bring yourself back to where you started the day. That's fine. Just walk away, because I knew that if I kept going, I probably would have done the same as I'd done on Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. I'd overtraded it. And I thought, no, let's just take this as, as a lesson learned. What's really interesting now is what is happening on gold at the moment, because
it's going to push up to take out the highs.
Well, this is the thing. So is it going to? It's when it came in
so much.
Look at this, right? It came so close to taking the highs, right? But there is 1 cent in it. The high between those two is just 1 cent. And this is where the algo on gold is just insane. And this engulfing candle that it created on Friday is a strong resistance zone. So if we break that, then we're definitely going to all time.
We're gonna break it. The structure and everything, it's congruent to just going for higher prices, to be honest. But it's
I'm not so sure.
As well, I think I heard from the guys from S&B Capital. I was listening to one of their YouTubes a couple of months back, I think it was, that they talked about you don't need psychology when you just focus on consistency. So when you start seeing you're doing something consistently over time, that naturally resolves any kind of psychology issues that you may have. That's where they're going with that. And something interesting, because I don't fully agree with it, because I do think there's little things that outside of your trading comes in and can affect your trading. But if the consistency is on point, then maybe that can deter most of the psychological blind spots that we all have. I don't know. It's something to.
Yeah.
I bet Alex makes money on his punts. Sometimes. Not enough times, Rich. Not enough times. I could pull my. I'm not going to pull the edge one cup because it's ridiculous. But
apparently, Rich needs to get Anna to use her sticks on you when you take your punts. I'm not sure what that means, Rich. What you and Anna are doing with sticks, but yeah, we're.
So I've started using edge wonk. Last week, I took 30 trades. 30 trades last week.
That's an average of 6 a day.
That's ridiculous. The week before.
Hang on a second. How many did Rich take last week?
Yeah, but Rich is scalping. Rich is scalping.
Let's see if Rich is prepared to tell us.
Same in so many areas, right? Not just in trading. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. We talk about all the time. We talk about the things in trading. Everything that we do in trading, we're doing outside in everyday life as well. They're the same habits that you bring onto the charts. That's why trading is super interesting, other than making money. Bobby Fischer said, I don't believe in psychology. I believe in Good moves. Oof. Gonna have to get that tattooed. I like that. That's cool. Definitely, man.
Yeah.
Go on, then. What else are we looking at? And then we'll finish it up.
Let's just have a quick look at the indices. We haven't looked at the indices today. So indices yesterday were very choppy, as we can see here. Had a big move down. We created all-time highs on the NAS, but I think we may have finally seen the top of it, at least for now, because look at this reaction zone here. So, you know, buyers are trying to push us up, but we're not getting anywhere. So this is a really interesting area. Whether this is strong enough to hold or not, I don't know. But that big bearish move, that's not insignificant. And we are a long way off the 200 EMA. So I wouldn't be surprised to see us start to see a bit of a pullback down, which could, you know, go in line with the DXY showing some strength again. NAS chewed me up and spat me out yesterday on your futures. Sorry to hear that, Stephen.
Oh, let's have a look at NAS. Why? So that's interesting. What were you? Were you short?
Yeah. What were you? You were shorting it, Stephen?
No, actually, yeah. Well, actually, let me have a look at ABL. You would have put it on. Took an NQ trade. No. There you go. My attention now moves to Nasdaq. I think he was long.
See, this is where it gets interesting, right? And this is why I keep saying, if you look at unconventional timeframes, you see things entirely differently, right? Look at that 12-hour, and then look at the 22-hour. That's a different chart. Okay, it's the same, you know, trends or whatever, but those candles, it looks entirely different. Same on the 11-hour.
Go back onto your other chart. Yeah, that's 7. I don't know, mate. You're confusing me.
What I'm saying is that if you looked at that on a daily, on a 12-hour, right? I'd be saying that's bullish, right? Because I'd be saying you've got an engulfing candle here, you've got another one almost here, where you've got a bearish candle, but it's wicked back up. But then you take it to the 22-hour, all of a sudden it's a totally different picture. It's a completely different picture, where I'd be looking for a reaction from down here instead of where it is right now. And it's created this inside bar on the 22-hour from yesterday. So I'd be looking for it to come down, and probably I'd be looking for a retest of this area here. If I was going to refine it, I'd probably say there. But it could well be up to here, because what happened was this was a big... Sellers are trying to sell the NAS, right? If you look at all of the number of engulfing candles pushing down, there are tons of them, but they're not holding. So these areas then become really strong areas of reaction. So I would be looking for potentially some kind of reaction here if we're going to keep going up. So I'd be looking for something along the lines of from here, come down to here, and then maybe go up. Haresh didn't get notification that we were live. Haresh,
Can't believe it.
Haresh. I don't know, Alex. Do we want to send Haresh an invite to ABL?
Of course, Haresh is the boy. They can't have a live without the guys in here.
Let's
Haresh, Stephen. You know, you got Louis. You got loads of those guys that are just, you know, part of the part. Can't have a stream without them. And Void, you know what? I'll try and get a link, and we'll put it in the ABL. In the ABL.
We've got the events set up, so these are going to be recurring streams, guys. So just so you know, because we'll finish up in a minute, but Alex and I are going to be basically going live every Monday to Thursday, 9 till 9:30, 9:45, something like that. Every Monday to Thursday. And Fridays, we're going to be doing our weekly review at what is it, 4:30 your time, 3:30 my time, 2:30 UK time, if that makes any sense to anyone. But we've got all of these events, all of these streams are in the ABL platform. So Void, Haresh, I will ping you guys on the Discord, and I will send you a personal invite to ABL so you guys can join. There will be a message going out on the Discord today telling everyone about ABL, and we're going to be looking for about 10-15 people to jump in, but you guys will be additional to that. All right, so I'll get you guys in because you guys have been showing us a lot of love from the very beginning and are always here, so we appreciate it.
Guys, wouldn't be the same without you.
So
those are the plans. Did we actually come up with any plans of what we're going to trade today, or is it just wait and see what happens?
Void called out as well. I actually think that Japanese yen, Swiss franc could be a play. Could be a play. Just want to see how it goes.
Stay away from yen.
I'm not saying euro yen. I'm just saying, maybe dollar yen. I don't know, or maybe this. I just don't think the ATR is going to be any good on either of these. New Zealand Swiss franc is not going to have any movement to it. So we will see.
We shall see. We shall see. Tomorrow we'll update and tell everybody where we're at. But if you're in the ABL, everybody's posting what they're doing live anyway. And people in there have been absolutely smashing it. Stephen especially. Been absolutely
we've got a really great core of people that we're building up for ABL. And Haresh, Void, I'll send you guys a separate message, kind of explain what it's all about and what we're doing with ABL, because we're not pulling you guys away from Discord, right? You guys are OGs in the Discord. But what we're doing on ABL is something slightly different. It's an evergreen community-led education, right? It's not just, Discord's a hangout, right? Let's be honest. Discord is a hangout and people just chat, whereas ABL, Stephen can confirm this, is more about sharing knowledge, sharing experience, and getting rewarded for it as well, which is really, really cool. But yeah, we'll have a Discord stuff going out today as well. Alex and I, if you love seeing us, maybe somebody randomly does. I don't know why they would, but people have got weird things.
Chuckle Brothers.
The Chuckle Brothers are going to be. No, we're going to be on the. I don't
think everybody's going to know who the Chuckle Brothers are. But
Steve will know the Chuckle Brothers. Steve will know, and Rich will know. So, but yeah, the Chuckle Brothers will be back on the Fiverr stream at 11:30 UK time today. So that is our current slot every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Not sure how long Jonathan's going to be able to keep us, because this place is going to just explode. We're going to be too busy, man.
He's got me in at 1:30 to 3 p.m. and then the Fiverr's live stream from 3 to 5.
So you're doing 2 slots. Sorry, dudes.
I don't know, mate. I don't know. Jonathan thinks I have no work to do. Gonna have to slip, man. Yeah, maybe swap out may have to do ABL on your own today.
All right. You won't get the Chuckle Brothers. You'll get a chuckle.
Yeah, because we're getting the guys from FX Replay, the ones that do the backtesting software, gonna come on 3:30, and they're going to do a overview of FX Replay, because everybody in ABL get a 30% discount. Normally they've got like this affiliation thing, like I think it's 15 or 25, whatever it is, but we've just said, okay, just give the community the full, all the affiliate money onto the discount, because it is. I hate back testing. I honestly hate it. I primarily do forward testing, aka punts, but but it is super helpful to have a software like that just to back test and practice. Practice makes perfect.
Amen to that. Talking about affiliates, and then we'll jump off of Void. There is an affiliate link for the Fivers in your dashboard. So if you've got problems with it, reach out to live support. They'll help you with it. But on the Fiverr's dashboard, there is an affiliate link that you can share. And I think you can either have a full commission or you can split it. So you get some commission and whoever clicks it gets a discount as well. But it's only for new users. So if you're trying to share it with people that are already on the Fiverr's, they're not going to get anything. So yeah. And on that note, we shall bid you farewell. We shall wish you a wonderful Wednesday. Yeah, we will hopefully see some of you on the Fiverr stream. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place.
Yeah, baby. See you later.
See you guys.